Uh, 2021. Today is the 21st? Yeah, today's the 21st. Uh, 21 days in, and yeah. I know a lot of people is probably like wondering why I don't put out like a lot of videos anymore or stuff like that. Only because, or the reason why I don't is because I want to put out, high quality videos. I want to actually take my time. I don't want to rush through it. I don't want to speed through it. The last couple of videos that I've been working on, like I just didn't like how it looked. Like there was a last skit that I did with me and Junior, and I was testing like the natural lighting in the studio and stuff like that. And I mean, it was fine and all, but I didn't like the look that it was going. Like this is the look that I like, so I wanted to just get back to this and just make sure that everything looks good. But enough said all that crap. Yeah, 21 days in, new year. I can't really say that there's a lot that I can report that's going on, but there is a topic that I definitely want to touch bases on. And I would get into it real quick, but let me just, kind of vent and not vent, but let me just rant and let me just get some stuff off my chest. Really, I don't really have nothing. It just kind of sounded nice anyway. But no, honestly, I don't really have nothing to report. I mean, there's nothing going on. Like I said, it's only 21 days in, and I mean, everything's going in my life fine for the most part. Everything's going good in the studio. Everything going good in my practice. I'm building that up. I'm actually building up my studio, or I'm continuing to keep building up my studio. A lot of people don't know, and if it's your first time watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up or give me a like button. The more that you actually subscribe and like, it actually helps me get my just get my name out there, just overall. And again, it just thumbs up. Thank you. What I really want to talk about? Well, I was trying to stay away from the whole relationship aspect of what I started. And I mean, that was kind of silly of me. One, because I'm super passionate about it. And that's one topic that I can't get enough of. Like, I can talk about that all day. Meaning I could talk about relationships all day. Not relationship problems, but relationships all day. Only because it's a super interesting concept and a topic that not a lot of people understand. And when I say not a lot of people understand is, if you can sit there and say that you understand relationship, then you kind of lying to yourself. And I'm gonna tell you why. We are unique. Like there's no platform. There's no template. There's no like books out there. I mean, let me take my foot out my mouth. There are books out there. But not everybody fit in that model. Not everybody fit in whatever structure that's out there. And that's really what I want to talk about. Actually, there's a lot that I want to talk about, but I want to take up the whole time talking about everything I want to talk about. I'll probably break it up in sections. The first thing, I want to talk about definitely working on yourself. The concept of the word working on yourself. Super important, but not a lot of people actually stick by it. Let me tell you why. It's because you can be, actually, prime example, every new year, everybody has a resolution to do something different. Whether it's going to the gym, losing weight, stop drinking, stop smoking, stop being on social media, quit that job, list goes on. One of the main resolutions that a lot of people make is to have a better relationship. Now, before I get into it, I know right now COVID is still going on and the dating pool is a little bit different. Dating is not like how it used to be. It's not like you go out and stuff like that. Or if you don't feel comfortable going out, there's like a time restraint. You can't, probably sit at the bar for a long period of time and start up or spark up a conversation with somebody that you barely even knew, because that person probably freaked out because you probably may not have COVID, and vice versa. Or you doing these online dating sites and you are finding out like this is awesome, but they also don't want to leave them homes, and you still stuck at home doing basically Zoom or FaceTime or whatever you gotta do. I don't know. Anyway, um, so the dating pool out there, I get it. It's super scarce, super weird, and I'll be honest, a lot of people actually came up with some interesting ways of doing things. And hats out to y'all because super important. Gotta fix my hat. Talk about hat. um, but super important, or not super important. Sorry. Hats out to all y'all that actually came up with different ways to basically start up or spark up a relationship while we in this COVID pandemic that we got going on. Anyway, working on yourself. 2020 was everybody's year to shine, or we thought. And a lot of people made this resolution to fix themselves or to work on themselves or to step outside their comfort zone or whatever the case may be, to do something different. My whole thing about that, honestly, you could do something different every single day. You don't have to wait till the new year to do something. But sake of argument, let's just go with it. The concept of working on yourself, there's no time limit. There's literally no time limit. You can take 6 months, you can take a year, you can take 2 years. Honestly, it's totally up to you. Whenever you think you're ready, quote unquote, then that's up to you. But here's what I got a stickler on. Like, here's what I have a problem with is the fact that people, say, "Oh, I'm working on myself," and they put like 6 months on their working on themselves or rebuilding themselves. They're like, "I bet I'm ready. I'm going to go out there and stuff like that," and they still finding out they're still not attracting or they're still not getting what they want. Listen, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole. Like, I'm really not. But, if you're working on yourself, like, don't rush the fucking process. Take time. Like, working on yourself is super important. I know a lot of people want to be in a relationship. I know a lot of people trying to find their partner, find that spouse. Like, they just want to be with somebody, not because of loneliness, but then again, maybe it's because of loneliness, but because of companionship and because you want to build a life with somebody and stuff like that. I get it. And just a little side note for everybody that consider themselves beautiful or handsome, gorgeous, whatever the case may be, I want you to understand this. That look, that shell can get you so far. It can get you to the door. And to be honest, it may even open up a lot of doors. That's not the catch. The catch is once you get there, can you keep that person that you attract? Because again, looks can get you so far. Looks can get you to the door, or even again, maybe even in the door. But what we're trying to like really build is, again, what I said, build. We want to build something. We want to keep somebody engaged. We want to keep somebody wanting us, engaged, loving us, finding us attractive, finding us interesting, finding us just the fact that you just want to come home to that person. So, if you banking on looks, not for nothing, like looks is only so much. I mean, again, it could get somebody to look your way, but if you got an ugly personality, well, shit can go so far, or they just might use you for sex. So, sorry to tell you that. But I want to get back to like the whole time thing. A lot of people put a time limit on their self when they talk about like rebuilding, revamping, just working on themselves. Like, I can't stress enough. Like, when you work on yourself, like you gotta like peel back the layer. Peel back the layers. You got to get down to like the nitty gritty, like the core value, what makes you you. If you're a person that's like a self-sabotager, you got to like really dive in and to figure out all your triggers and why you want to sabotage your relationship. I mean, are you truly ready to be in a relationship? I mean, what do a relationship even look like to you? Like, these are all things that we got to like take time to even listen. Or even that, like if you're a person that deflects like fucking everything when it like comes hard your way, then yo, that's not smart in a relationship because a person might be very or highly opinionated and you might get offended and then you start deflecting back on them and like, yo, too negative don't make a right. Let me put it in layman terms. If you're a person that cannot take corrective criticism well, as in like, okay, this person is not trying to purposely hurt me, but trying to help me to basically better myself so we can be better together, then don't even step foot in the ring with somebody. Like every relationship comes with their trials, every relationship comes with their ups and their downs. No relationship is perfect. But if you think that you can like skeet by without even getting tarnished or getting touched by any type of, I guess, growth, then yo, you got another thing coming. The last time I checked, we all are different. And if you want to be the same like everybody else, then listen, that's totally up to you. But if you want to build something that's yours, then yo, you got to put that time, you got to put that effort, you got to sit there and take time to listen to your partner and understand your partner. But more importantly, understand yourself. Understand what makes you tick. Understand what makes you happy. And honestly, understand what the word relationship means to you. Because not for nothing, like, yo, that shit is different for everybody else. And yo, stop trying to follow these freaking Instagram and Facebook. And I'm not trying to bash nobody parents, but yo, stop trying to duplicate what your parents have. First of all, 2 different time frames. And I'm not gonna lie, this generation don't have what it takes to produce that amount of love and dedication like our parents used to do. I'm just being honest. A lot of us is selfish. Like a lot of us is selfish. Not a lot can actually. What I actually notice is a lot of people operate still on this I mentality, like me, 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 me. Yo, when you're in a relationship, it's not about you, man. It's about the whole entire picture. And if you got kids or your partner got kids like prior to the relationship, then it's definitely not about you. It's about that kid, it's about your partner, and it's about you and how y'all gonna work together and build something. So if you jumping into a relationship thinking about, I, as in, me, if I'm talking about me, then yo, you got another thing coming. Like, you fucking selfish. Like, I'm sorry to put it that blunt, but yo, you selfish. And if you can't take criticism and if you can't drop I and actually adapt we, or more so a stronger word, us, then yo, you're already screwed before you even start. I know like kind of revamping or like working on you is super important, but really do that. Find out if you really want to have kids. Find out if you fuck or even have kids. I'm talking to more ladies right now. Find out if you even like kids. Like, I know that might sound weird, like, oh, of course I like kids. No, you might think you like kids because everybody else is having kids, or your parents make you feel like you have to have kids. But really sit down and think about it. Like, yo, do you really like kids? And do you really want kids? Because if you only banking off of like, oh, I like spending time with my niece and my nephew and stuff like that, yo, that's totally different. You can give them back. When you have your own, no, not for nothing, you can't give them back. I will hope you don't give them back. Like, I mean, that'd be kind of weird, but no, it's not. But seriously, like, sit down and think about it and have this conversation with your partner too, because your partner may not want kids, or they may not want kids now. See, this is important too. If y'all talk about current times, not future times, but current times, and if your partner says like, yo, I don't want to have kids right now, then yo, don't get mad at him or she telling the truth, like, yo, I don't want to have kids right now. Now, if you're talking about future terms, like, do you see yourself ever having kids in the future? And if they still say no, and if your answer is like, yo, I really do want to have kids, eventually in the future, then that's when you got to make a decision to like kind of vacate or think about like, all right, is this person worth staying in? Don't Don't think that you're gonna change their mind. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Just see if you want to stay there and deal with not probably potentially having kids. And then maybe their view might change, but it's not your job to change their views on having kids. You got to let them change their own views and their own opinions of it. And if their opinions and views don't change, you can't get mad when that shit never happened because you chose to stay. So I just want to make that very clear. Other than that, like back to the whole, working on yourself. Listen, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm definitely gonna cut off because I'm definitely gonna like keep talking about this for another like half an hour to like an hour, and I don't want to take up your time. But working on yourself mean you have to sit down and truly work on yourself. I mean, talk to yourself. I know that might sound weird and stuff like that, but talk to yourself. Like really find out what's really going on. Find out what you like to do. Find out what makes you happy. Shit. Find out if you can't even stand another person. Like being in a relationship, it's fucking hard. You got two different people trying to make one life together. And I mean, you coming from different walks of life, you coming from different backgrounds, from religion, finances, education, sexuality, like everything. And if you in a biracial relationship, don't get me like started for a biracial like situation like that. I'm not knocking any type of biracial relationship. I love biracial relationship. Shit, my daughter is a product of a biracial relationship. So I don't want nobody to think that I'm bashing a biracial pretty much relationship. But I want you to really think about what that means. People died for having a biracial relationship. So if you think it's like a sexual thing, like a sexual fetish, you are going into a history of triumph and pain, not from that person, but just knowing that some people in the world don't want to see biracial couples. And that's facts. Whether you black or white, or black or Asian, white or, Hispanic or Indian, and whatever the case may be, you got to come to terms and understand not a lot of people may not be open to seeing that. And you can get mad. That's totally up to you. You can totally get mad about that. But, at the end of the day, you really can't do nothing about their opinion. Because you be trying to fight almost half of the world that think their opinion. And if you don't believe me, just pause this and look outside the goddamn world and see what the world comes to today. There's a lot of hatred in this world. A lot. In the last 3 years, if that shit haven't shown you that a lot of people think some fucked up ways, then I don't know what to tell you. But definitely, before you get into any relationship, if you truly say that you are taking time to work on yourself, do that. Take some time, work on yourself. Understand what makes you tick. Understand if you're even ready to deal with another person. Again, dealing with another person, takes time, takes patience. The next time that I get on here, I'm going to talk about the 2 P's of success. Patience and persistent, mainly patient. In a relationship, you got to be super patient. And if you're going after a relationship or going after something that you want, you got to be persistent on doing that. You got to be persistent on just working on you or working on getting to whatever goals that you want to get to. But I would definitely talk, more about the 2 P's of success the next time I jump on here. Other than that, it's 2021. You better make this year the best year that you ever had because, tomorrow's not promised. Yesterday is gone and today is today. Make that shit rock out. I'm out.